Have you ever felt trapped, judged, or completely overwhelmed by your own mistakes? We've all been there, feeling like the weight of the world is on our shoulders. But what if I told you there's a story, a powerful moment in history, that completely redefines how we see judgment, forgiveness, and love? It's a story about a love so immense, it silences every accusation and offers a brand new start. This is the story of how Jesus met a woman at her lowest point and showed her the boundless grace of God. Imagine the scene. It's a bustling day in Jerusalem. The grand temple courts are filled with people. Sunlight streams down, catching the dust motes dancing in the air. The air is thick with the sounds of prayers, discussions, and the everyday life of the city. In the middle of it all is Jesus, teaching. Crowds are gathered around him, captivated by his words. He speaks with a wisdom and authority that is unlike anyone they've ever heard. People from all walks of life, fishermen, merchants, mothers with their children leaning in, hungry for the truth and hope he offers. There's a palpable sense of peace and profound insight in his presence. But suddenly, this serene atmosphere is shattered. A commotion erupts at the edge of the crowd. A group of men, the scribes and Pharisees, push their way through, their faces set in grim determination. They are the religious leaders of the day, men who prided themselves on their strict adherence to the law. And they aren't alone. They are dragging a woman with them, her face streaked with tears and shame. The crowd gasps and parts to let them through. The men shove her forward until she stumbles and falls at Jesus' feet. One of the Pharisees, his voice ringing with self-righteousness, addresses Jesus, making sure everyone can hear. "Teacher," he says, with a hint of a sneer, "this woman was caught in the very act of adultery. In the law, Moses commanded us to stone such women. Now, what do you say?" The air grows heavy with tension. This isn't just about the woman. It's a trap, a public test designed to ensnare Jesus. If he says to stone her, he'll lose his reputation for mercy and compassion, and he might even get in trouble with the Roman authorities who held the sole power of execution. But if he says to let her go, they can accuse him of defying the law of Moses, undermining the very foundation of their faith. The crowd holds its breath. All eyes are on Jesus. What will he do? Jesus doesn't answer immediately. He doesn't look at the accusers or the terrified woman on the ground. Instead, in a moment of stunning calm amidst the chaos, he stoops down. With his finger, he begins to write in the dust on the temple floor. What did he write? The Bible doesn't tell us, and that mystery has fascinated people for centuries. Was he writing the sins of the accusers? Was he writing a passage from the scriptures about mercy? We don't know for sure, but his action is powerful. It shifts the focus. It slows down the moment of intense, hateful confrontation. It's a quiet, deliberate act that creates a space for reflection, drawing everyone's attention from the spectacle of public shaming to the ground beneath their feet, to something more fundamental. The accusers grow impatient. They press him for an answer. "So, what do you say?" they demand again. Jesus finally straightens up, his eyes meeting theirs. His gaze isn't one of anger or condemnation, but of profound, piercing truth. Then, he speaks the words that will echo through eternity. "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." The challenge hangs in the air, simple yet earth-shattering. He doesn't argue the law. He doesn't debate their interpretation. He turns the mirror back on them. He takes the standard of perfect righteousness they are trying to apply to this woman and holds it up to their own hearts. The weight of judgment is suddenly shifted from the woman to her accusers. After speaking, Jesus stoops down again and continues to write on the ground, leaving them to grapple with his words. A profound silence falls over the group of accusers. You could almost hear their hearts pounding. The words of Jesus have struck a chord deep within each of them. They look at the stones in their hands, then at their own lives, their own hidden faults, their own secret compromises. The oldest among them, the ones who have lived the longest and have the most memories of their own fallibility, feel the weight of their hypocrisy first. One by one, starting with the elders, they begin to drop their stones. The clatter of stone on stone pavement is the only sound, a symphony of conviction. Quietly, ashamed, they turn and walk away, melting back into the crowd until not a single accuser is left. The courtyard is quiet now. Only Jesus and the woman remain. The crowd watches from a distance, in awe of what has just happened. Jesus straightens up again and looks at the woman, who is likely still trembling on the ground. He speaks to her with a gentleness that she probably hasn't experienced in a very long time. "Woman," he asks, "where are they? Has no one condemned you?" She looks up, her eyes scanning the empty space where her accusers had stood just moments before. With a voice filled with disbelief and relief, She whispers, "No one, sir." Then Jesus delivers the final, beautiful words of grace. "Then neither do I condemn you," he says. Imagine the relief flooding her soul. The death sentence has been lifted, not just legally, but spiritually. But he doesn't stop there. He gives her a new direction, a new purpose. "Go now," he tells her, "and leave your life of sin." This isn't a dismissal. It's a commissioning. He doesn't condone her past actions, but he completely forgives them. He frees her from the penalty of her sin and empowers her to live a new, transformed life. He offers her not just a pardon, but a path to true freedom. So what does this incredible story teach us today? It's a powerful lesson in God's overwhelming mercy and grace. While we, like the Pharisees, are often quick to judge others, to point out their flaws and cast stones, God's heart is one of compassion. Jesus shows us that God's primary response to our failure isn't anger, but a desire to restore. He meets us where we are, in our shame and brokenness, and offers forgiveness that we could never earn. This story challenges us to look at ourselves before we judge others, to remember that we all stand in need of grace. It calls us to be agents of mercy, not condemnation. It reminds us that no mistake is too big for God's forgiveness, and that His love offers everyone the chance to stand up, leave their past behind, and start a brand new life. It's the ultimate message of hope. You are not defined by your worst moment. You are defined by the incredible, unconditional love of God. Thanks for joining me on this journey into one of the most powerful stories ever told. If this message of grace and forgiveness resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content that explores the depths of faith and hope. And share this video with someone who might need to hear this message today. We'll see you in the next one.